Good afternoon. Welcome, as always, to The Last Rites. Please drop a sub if you would be so kind. I'm going to catch up with Freddy today, so let's go for it. Bad news for the Freddy crew. Freddy is, of course, making his way across the US and Canada so far for the World Cup. Unfortunately, for the next part of our journey, our travel group has been decimated to 2 people because one of us had to go back to work. See, they do work. They're not just some weird kids that have just appeared out of nowhere. I like this little comment down here. Me watching a random dude go back home to work. It was Zlatan crying. I feel you, man. Just enthralled by the enthusiasm for simple America. First evening in Michigan, so he's starting up north. Beautiful sunset and the World Cup on TV. I mean, classic burgers. These moments when you travel, right? These moments when you travel, you just get a nice simple meal and looking at that sunset. Wherever I am in the world, it makes me want to stay there. It just makes me want to never lose it. So this is in Ann Arbor. A quick visit to the stadium of the University of Michigan, the biggest stadium in the US and the 3rd largest in the world. 107,000. Pretty big. I thought I'd have a go and nose at that myself. It is 107,000. It's incredible. It's kind of open, like an open bowl almost. It's quite different to some of the stadiums here in terms of shape, but yeah, it's impressive the amount of people you get in there. I'm not quite sure how you feel being up there. That's actually probably not a bad spot because you do get at least that angle down onto the pitch. I was somewhere like that at a Barcelona Real Madrid game at the Nou Camp, the old Nou Camp, many years ago. But the Nou Camp is kind of much steeper, so you can see this sort of end-to-end phenomenal game, Real versus Barca, back in 2011, I think that was. Wow. I guess it's at night time, but yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty impressive stadium. Bit of a healthy. We all know where you're drinking the greens here. That's to clean the pipes. We've all had to do that after shoving in 100 Taco Bells. Goal for Ronaldo, of course. He's a massive Ronaldo fan. Fair. Although Messi is the king, let's face it. Walk around the fraternity streets of the University of Michigan. It's crazy that actually not so crazy, but kind of nice looking, right? Kind of chill looking. Driving through Ohio, towns like this are why we're trying to avoid the interstates and take the slower roads. This feels like peak America. Yeah, man. Wish we could zoom in on this. Yeah, I love these little streets. These sort of classic American high roads. We've all seen it on TV. And of course he's got some country on. The amount of times we've eaten at Taco Bell during the trip is already probably not good. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get some some blockages going on in there and some anti-blockages. Food's weird that way, right? On the way into Amish country. I've seen a couple of documentaries about the Amish community. It is very interesting. Kind of wholesome vibes. We just saw our first Amish people that are coming towards us in a horse-drawn buggy. Such a cool moment. I don't want to record them without their permission. And then hence arguments in the comments of like, you can record them, buddy. Yeah, but maybe they don't want to be recorded. Some nice photos of the town here. I guess this is potentially Berlin. So I knew there was lots of English cities. Obviously New York, obviously Boston. We have a Boston here. It's a tiny little place. Overnight in Berlin, Ohio, and wow, it's beautiful. The sunset might be playing a huge part in it. One of my favourite places of the whole trip. Yeah, sunsets. When you catch the right light, or when you're travelling, whether it's in the desert, I've seen some beautiful lights in Arizona, beaches around Brazil, LA, wherever it is. When you get a nice light, just hitting those buildings. For me, Berlin. I love these water towers as well. They're kind of cool. Yeah, I said water. Water towers. Super interesting morning in Amish country. The supermarket even has dedicated parking spaces for buggies, and a lot of German around here. Many people also ride bikes, something I've hardly seen anywhere else so far. Now we're off to Pennsylvania. Yeah, there's not a lot of bicycle riding in the States, I guess. Yeah, they're kind of weird contraptions. Going over some bad roads with that. It's a little bit of German. The Mini World Cup has made it to Pennsylvania. Lovely. Driving for more than 2 days and we're only 2.5 hours away from where we started. The huge detour was worth it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got to see Michigan and Ohio. So I guess I was looking at where Berlin was earlier. It's going to have disappeared now. I hear Ann Arbor. So they were up here. They've come down this way, right? Not that it's too obvious. Where is Berlin? Don't go to Germany. I was just about to say, do not go to Germany, map. Absolutely unbelievable. Ah. I did not have my keyboard at the ready. Alright, there we go. So they've come down this way, down to Berlin. Just a little northeast of Columbus. I do know someone in Columbus. I've never been there though. I've got a few people like that. People I've kind of met online over the years and just never been out there. But I have been to some of the places. So and then yeah, a few shots of Amish. By the way, if there's a fan on, I apologise. I've just turned it off. I'm sweating so much. I'm not coping with this heat here. Yes, I know the European mind can't comprehend. In my building that's purely insulated to keep heat in, and it's warm as fuck. I've got to tell you, warm as fuck. Yeah, I saw a documentary or two about Amish. Very interesting, very interesting. Kind of not for me, but also would we all be scatty ADHD weirdos if we were Amish? I don't know. We might. Those people haven't got to deal with 52 Chrome tabs on in the middle of the night, or waking up to see what the score is. National Park time. Watkins Glen State Park in New York. Yeah, there's a lot. I looked up the images. It's just all this kind of thing, but it's beautiful. Very interesting. So now he's down into New York. Long drive. Ending the day. Is it Seneca Lake? It's so calm and peaceful. A welcome change. Yeah, man. Especially when you've hit it. I'm sweating so badly. You're lucky I'm a small box in the corner. Good morning from rainy upstate New York. Unfortunately, today will be a long drive, still in Canadian rental car, and need to return it to Montreal tonight. Okay. So there's some logistics, interesting logistics going on here. Healthy lunch on the way from New York. It's a Dunkin'. What's the slogan? Does it fuel America or something like that? We've got Dunkin' here now. Never used it. Never used it? That's not how you say it, is it? Never been. Have you been? Sorry for the lack of updates. We're just really driving the whole time. Currently in Vermont. Watching Germany's last group stage on the drive. We're not in the stadium, but 4 days we'll be back when everything is on the line in Boston. Complete chaos driving to Burlington, picked up a rental car, but even though we had reserved one, they had no cars available. My travel buddy now continues going back to Montreal to drop off our Canadian rental car, and I'm staying here to try to get a car. So now we hit the real... When you're in a country for weeks and weeks and a month, I've been away for like 102 days at one point. It is those logistical things that start to get you, and you think, "Ah, man, this is rather difficult." But then you get some phenomenal Mexican food in your hotel, feet up. One of the best Mexicans I had was in. That's good Mexican food in South America, actually. But one of the best Mexican meals I had was in Tucson. Last time I was there, I had a couple of nice burrito. But I haven't been back to the place that I went 10 years ago, and I'm kind of a bit autismo about places I've eaten. And I know the restaurant's still there, and I will go back next time I'm in Tucson. Don't know when that'll be. I've been there twice so far. Successful, got a rental car. Hertz helped him out using that social media presence, Freddy. Huge shout out to Robert, who's the manager. He picked me up from the hotel, trying to figure out which World Cup it's from. 2010 or 2014. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, it's a World Cup ball. That's cool. Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm sweating so bad. This fan is going on. I think we've caught up with Freddy. Please drop a sub if you would like. Sorry if the fan noise was on at the beginning, guys, because look, it's so warm here. I'm just gonna keep the fan going. It's just gonna happen. That'll do. Yeah, drop us a sub if you would be so kind. I need to fix this thing down here, this little thing down here. So old logo. But go get involved, I say, and I'll see you later. There'll be a video up on a very, very different topic tomorrow. We will be looking into some very dark money discussions involving Mr. Gates and the Mr. EP Steen tomorrow. So very different, but we'll keep following Freddy's journey, because why not? And yeah, I'm very laid back now because I'm sweating to death. All right, I'll see you later. Cheers for watching. I like you. You're admirable. I'm also hungry. Say bye. Say bye then. Bye.